Welcome to episode 21, season 2, I guess. Does this count as season 2?
It counts as we're not quite dead yet.
We are not dead.
Yes.
Yes, we are definitely here.
Death has not happened.
We're not actually in the same place. You're in a different place than I am.
But I'm still alive.
That's true. We're both alive. This is great. And if you're listening to this, you're probably alive too. So congratulations, everybody out there for doing that life thing. That's great. So welcome to episode 21 of Two Dimensional Champions. We are fucking back. Super back.
Yes. I am Thadinator / Thaddeus, and this is the co-host
Julian /
Julian.
Julian? Yeah. Yeah.
I'll call you Mr. J. So today, I know we said that we were going to be doing Gangsta, but that is a lie. Surprise.
Did we actually say that at the end of the last episode?
Yes,
we did. Did we promise Gangsta?
We did. But you know what I love doing? Breaking promises. That's why I'm single. Boom. And
we just fucked that up all over the place. Yeah,
it's whatever.
There's that one person who was waiting for Gangsta.
Right, they were like, I watched it like a month ago. Where the fuck have you guys been?
They've been refreshing it every day, right? Checking the SoundCloud and iTunes.
Exactly.
And then they're going to see the new episode and they're going to be like, you fucking betrayed me.
Although, like, if they have been following us, then they'll know that this is not the first time we've done this. True,
yeah. This is definitely not the first time
won't be the last.
Switch stuff up on them. But just I guess housekeeping at the beginning. So you can find me on Twitter at Julalian at Selcouth Comics, SELCOUTH. That's also where I'll be tweeting about the podcast too. So there's that, and then that has all the information for the webcomic and shit that I do. So that's awesome. Is there do you have that hack tweet?
No, right? Yeah, and it came back, and I officially got rid of all of the weird people that I was following. So I fully have control of my own personal Twitter, which is Thadinator. And then we also have the 2D Champs Twitter. And also, if you want to make a request for an anime, do 2dcrequest@gmail.com. Boom.
Yep, and please write in requests because it's just, otherwise we just have to talk to each other and decide.
Right, really make our lives easier, please.
We talk to each other enough on this show, right. It saves us work to do.
And our supposed, in theory, next anime that we'll be doing is going to be the new Gundam. Yeah,
we're doing Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans on the next show. So just the first 5 episodes, just as usual. We're doing first 5 of One Punch Man today. So yeah, if you want to watch that ahead of time, that's a good idea.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, great.
If not, that's fine too. You know what? I'm not gonna hold it against you either way. You do you, man.
I mean,
you do you.
It's a very relaxing show like that. We're not going to give you any shit if you haven't watched it before. Before listening to us. So did you have fun in your time off?
I did. I successfully traveled around the country, did not die. I went to BlizzCon on California. I'm on the East Coast, so that was a lot of fun. There's one story. Do you know? Have you heard of Bodie, California?
No, I haven't.
So this is like my favorite like haha story, at least to me. So my mom was like, "Hey, should check out this place called Bodie, California." I'm like, "All right." So I just put it in my GPS and I started driving there and I like go through these like weird back roads. And I'm like, man, it's starting to get cold. And meanwhile, the only thing that I packed on my trip are t-shirts and like gym shorts because that's how I roll. And I roll up to this like park outpost or whatever, and there's like a wildlife guard person there, and he's like, sir, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going to Bode, California. And he's like, Bodie, California? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he's like, the coldest place in the country? And I'm like, sure, yeah, I think it's like a ghost town. I was like, yeah, you're gonna need like snow chains. I'm like, I'm from Virginia Beach. What the fuck are snow chains? So like, I was just like, he's like, whatever, just be like super careful. Anyway, long story short, I go like start going up there, and I have to turn around because like the road's frozen, and it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like even if I got there, I wouldn't be able to make it back. So yeah, yeah, that's my little story. Yeah.
So basically, your mom screwed you over.
Yeah, well, and I also don't do any of my own research as to like or planning for anything. I thought
This will be a great idea.
right,
California, sunshine,
boom,
sunshine.
right. No, on one side of the mountain it was like completely snow-capped mountains, and the other side it completely green.
Holy shit!
Like it was just madness. I don't understand weather, but but yeah, it was a good trip. It's a good trip.
That's great. And you got to play Overwatch.
I did get
You
to play
got
Overwatch, and I got into the stress test beta this past weekend, so that
uh,
has been a lot of fun.
lucky, lucky, lucky.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
Is it good?
It's good. It's really good. It's really good. Bastion's bullshit, but it's really good.
Bastion.
Yeah, he's like a little robot. He like super turrets up, and it's just like really like you can go all the way to like the last bit of the checkpoint, and then he's just like there, and you just can't.
Oh, that sucks.
But
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I'm super pumped
yeah,
about
well,
it.
it's really good. Just so you know, in case you're
Yeah.
wondering.
And did you hear the spoilers for Legion, Warcraft Legion?
Uh, which
That King Varian Wrynn is like dead,
uh,
and Sylvanas is temporarily war chief and all that.
I don't think that's true.
Really, it was in the pre-alpha or like the alpha that just started.
Oh, wait, fucking spoilers, bro. What? Hey, whatever. I don't even believe you. I'm not gonna believe.
Yeah, and Anduin is now king. Yeah, looks like a lot of shit went down.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I figured I'd spoil you because I accidentally spoiled myself and got mad at myself, so I figured I'd just like
Thanks.
share the pain.
Sort of like
Yeah,
AIDS, just sort of pass it on. Is that just
yeah.
like, oh
Yeah,
damn.
I'll just spread that.
Here, let me just give this to you, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and spoiler alert for everybody listening. Whoops, oopsie.
You douchebag. Oh, and I haven't watched Gangster, so I thought I would have trip on the or time on the trip. That did not happen, but we have watched One Punch Man. So
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
I guess do you want to just get into that?
I guess so. I guess it's time to.
So how did it is? I think we just talk about like our sort of first impressions and what we thought, and then we sort of get into the nitty gritty of each episode.
It's bad when we have to ask each other.
Exactly,
On the show. How
exactly.
the fuck did we do this again?
God,
It's like,
what is my
what
name?
did we do for these 20 episodes? What was that?
Right.
Yeah, so One Punch Man, the studio handling it is Madhouse. The chief director is I should probably say his name, Shingo Natsume. He's probably most well known from the past few years of being the key director for Space Dandy. As far as I know, he brought the Space Dandy team to Madhouse to work on One Punch Man. So it's that group.
Okay.
Because I know there was some frustration online of people being like, Madhouse is the best. It's just they've just got the best animators, and people were getting angry because they're saying, well, these people are from Bones, they're from other studios. It's the Space Dandy. It's not just people who are just at Madhouse. There are some dramas about that a few weeks ago. So that's who's doing it.
Wait, so
This
did some
show
people
is
complain about the animation of One Punch Man?
no, they just complained over people being Madhouse fanboys, I guess. I think that's what they got upset about because the animation team is a lot of talented people who are big fans of the series from multiple studios, which isn't that unusual to have a lot of interlap between a bunch of studios. But for some reason, I just remember seeing that on Twitter a few weeks ago. Of when the show started, there was a lot of grumpy people who were like, "It's not just Madhouse. Don't just give them all the credit."
Mm.
So I figured I'd continue that drama for some reason.
Okay.
Really, that was a very good idea. But anyway, the show is basically it's everywhere. You can watch it on Viz Media's main site, on their Neon Alley, I think PlayStation app. Uh, the manga runs in Weekly Jump, the English version. Uh, it's also in print now too, so you can get it at Barnes and Noble. As a matter of fact, I saw it there today. And it's also available to watch on the new anime streaming site Daisuki.
That's where I saw it. I saw it on Daisuke and Hulu. I don't think it's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's not on Crunchyroll yet. And is it on Hulu too?
It is on Hulu. I
Okay.
really like Daisuke much better than Hulu.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's annoying that they play this. I usually get the same advertisement each time. That's
For
annoying
Daisuke?
for Daisuke. Yeah, but I do like that it's just one ad. I think it's just one ad, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And
Yeah, that I really like.
and it doesn't like with Hulu. I was watching it on Hulu, and then I watched one commercial, and then said, "Oh, you're like pop-up blocker blocked our second commercial, so now you can't watch anything." And I'm like, "What? You just showed me a commercial. What do you even mean?" And it's
Yeah.
just like, just forget
Uh,
you, Hulu, and your shitty commercials.
What I don't like either is you have to get a special subscription to remove the ads. You still have ads even if you subscribe,
Right? It's like
and
a
that's a fucking ripoff. That's like what the fuck are you guys doing?
yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Ugh, jeez.
We can get into that on a whole other story or a whole
Oh
other
yeah, yeah, yeah.
podcast.
And so One Punch Man is interesting because the series actually started as a web comic in 2009, being published by. It's obviously a pen name, but One. And then it's still running as a webcomic. So there's looks like based on the Wikipedia as of this month, there's 104 chapters online. It got 7.9 million hits by June 2012. So this shit is like
It's,
this is
it
like
did well,
for real,
and
yeah.
I can sort of
And
understand why. I think that it almost seemed like a fan anime,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, we can get into that too in a little bit.
And it's the comedy works regardless of the art, but the art really brings it really fully to life, I think. Yusuke Murata, according to the Wikipedia, contacted One with a proposal to redraw the comic for digital publication and a spin-off for Weekly Jump. And I think it's now published in I think it's published in a magazine now, maybe Young Jump or something like that. So I think it is in print and as well as being online. So there's 9 books so far, and it's included even though it doesn't run in Weekly Shonen Jump in Japan. It's included in Weekly Jump, as I said earlier, the English edition printed by Viz. And for a long time, it was digital only, and because of the anime, they just started releasing the print books, which is cool.
Right.
So it's an interesting series because I've not heard of another series that has gotten this popular that started as a webcomic. And everybody should really check out the original webcomic because it is really cool to see how.
Is that translated?
I don't think it is translated, but the scripts I think are identical to the comics, or like the full comics that Murata draws
Interesting.
later on. So I think, I mean, it's the same. I'm probably, I mean, there's no difference as far as I can tell. And Yusuke Murata, just as a quick note, he was the author for Eye Shield 21, or the illustrator for it at least, which was a football manga.
Okay.
I don't know if did you ever see any of
Yeah.
it? It got an anime, and he's done a lot of series, but Eye Shield 21 is at least what I remember him most. And I never got into the series, but I really enjoyed the art, so I appreciated it insofar as that. But I definitely think with One Punch Man, he's found his. He's definitely found what he was meant to draw.
Yeah.
Because one thing that's really cool about the comic is it's really, because I read it digital first, so I've actually not even looked at the print edition. But I actually, for the first time, and this is really the first series I've encountered that I've had this reaction to. I actually think I like it best digital, because there's so many 2-page spreads, and the way he draws the action through the books is just so widescreen. You know, it just really like pops out.
Is it like
That I
2-page spreads like Blade of the Immortal did a lot of 2-page spreads, or just even more so?
uh, it's different in the sense that Blade of the Immortal was still designed for print. I think is the it's kind of a subtle point, but Blade of the Immortal was still designed with print in mind. Whereas One Punch Man, when I was reading it digitally, it really felt like it was meant to be read on like the computer or an iPad or something like that. I don't know if everybody would have that reaction to it, but for me, it felt really natural to read it on the Kindle, or whatever device you're using. And I've read a lot of comics on digitally, but One Punch Man really hit me, so to speak, as being a series that was really at home on the computer. So I might eat my shorts with this when I look at the books,
Right.
but having read all of the chapters and Jump, it just more so than Bleach, more so than all the other series running, it just really felt very natural. And this is the big, the manga version, not just the webcomic version, which is obviously, not in the magazine. So anyway, it's a really interesting. It got a very interesting start, and it definitely was also one of those series too that you read, and it just screamed for an anime. Just really, it needed to be animated.
Right.
And actually, Murata has actually worked as an animator on some shows, so his style really lends itself to that. So Madhouse got the series. I think it was announced in the spring, and it started airing in October. Which I was about to say it started airing a couple weeks ago, but that was actually over a month ago.
Right.
So
It's like as you know, but as our listeners might not know, is that I'm a little bit of an elitist when it comes to like animation quality. If it's not really fun to look at, then it's hard for me to really get into. And I always saw the cover of One Punch Man with that, like, his dull, sort of placid looking face or whatever. And I was just like, no thanks. So I never read the manga. Even though, I mean, I knew it was, like, really popular, but I was like, man, how's the story going to be any good about a guy who just beats people with one punch? This seems dumb. So,
yeah,
I
and
was
fun,
wrong.
and really, a series like when you read the back of the book, it doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, it doesn't sound.
Yeah, I had a similar reaction. If I hadn't read it digitally first, like if it hadn't come and Jump and I had browsed through it, I think I would have waited just as long as you.
Right. Although
Um,
I may have seen the original web comic thing. If they had someone redo like the drawn animation stuff, maybe that's what I like originally saw way, way, way back, and just never looked
oh, it
again.
could be. It's pretty sketchy.
Yeah,
Uh,
it looked.
yeah,
I remember it looking really sketchy. So maybe that's what it was. But anyway,
yeah. So yeah, so the show. So what do you think?
it was really funny. Um, when I was watching it, it was like what was it? The Tenjo Tenge? Is that the guy? He just like was like, I just really like drawing boobs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I felt like this guy just like really liked drawing like ridiculous sort of like action superhero-y stuff.
Mhm.
You know, like this is just ridiculous. And like and you catch on really fast. Like about its like level of ridiculous. It like made me think of uh like Dragon Ball Z. It made me think of some parts of Grand Logon. It made me think of um like Hunter x Hunter. It made me think of Power Rangers. It made me think of One Piece. Like it seems like it has all of these influences and it just sort of like blended them up all together and then just created like a comedy
Yeah.
essentially. So, and the action is great, but like it seems to be more like a comedy than an action flick, which doesn't make sense because it's all action. I don't know.
Yeah, the action, there's no suspense. Like with like one like no, with Gren Logon and stuff, you were concerned for the characters. You were like, oh shit, there's like,
Right.
there's real drama. Whereas this, there's never a point where I'm like, well,
Oh my
he
god, but
might
that guy
not.
really loves that girl, and what if,
Yeah,
this happens, and, what about these monsters? And yeah, it
it,
doesn't really focus on like character development or
yeah.
like,
There's really nothing like that. Yeah, I mean, it's a comedy. The action is just there. I mean, the action is just there to look pretty.
right, which it
Uh,
does. It looks very, very pretty.
oh, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And I think this will be the big flaw in the show overall. Is just the story is just it's there for the jokes. The story is just there
Yeah.
for the big puns, for the big for the big punchlines, and I agree. There's definitely a lot in here from all these different genres, from a lot of different series. Definitely, I think the one that for me just screams is Dragon Ball. It's just all over this.
Yeah.
So the bad guy in the very first episode and the first scene we see is basically a purple Piccolo.
Dude, did you think it was Piccolo too? I totally thought it was
Yeah,
Piccolo.
it's fucking Piccolo. Yeah.
Um, Before we get too much more into the episodes, though, like, would you? I mean, so this is, I would say, the target audience is for anyone who likes action and comedy.
Yeah, I think this is one of those series that's destined to be really, 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 really popular. Just
And
because
like really long.
it could be. I think it's only going to be 13 episodes, but it could definitely be. They could just continue it
And I
forever.
mean, like the
So,
manga too. Like I feel like the manga is. I mean, it's sort of
uh,
like Naruto and Bleach and One Piece and all of them just keep going and this really
well,
vast worlds and stuff like that.
yeah. And what's funny with that is at least those there was like an end goal in mind. Naruto wanted to become
That's true.
Hokage.
This just really had
Luffy wants to
that.
become the Pirate King. This guy's already done it.
He's achieved
He's
his
it.
greatest whatever thing.
Yeah. So it's like this. Really, the series can just run until the guy just runs out of fucking jokes. It's just
Right.
that's it. Or if the guy gets tired of drawing him punching shit, that's
Right.
that's gonna be the end. But yeah. So I think it has a really wide range of appeal, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it's a fucking beautiful show.
Yeah.
And I think Madhouse and the Space Dandy team just fucking killed this shit. And also, what I really like about it is Space Dandy, I think, felt like it struggled. Some episodes, some stuff was really funny, and then some stuff really fell very flat for me.
I couldn't get through Space Dandy. I super struggled with that anime.
Yeah, yeah. And there are some really beautiful scenes and stuff like that, but it didn't always. It was very hit or miss with me. And what I like about this is, so if I am right in thinking that it's the same animation team and all that, it's the same director. I'm really happy to see them on a show that's like just the complete reverse of that, which is that it's so consistent. It's just shouldn't be fun.
Right.
It's just like it's so consistently the same couple of punchlines. It shouldn't be fun, but it ends up being just really incredibly a blast. Now, there's two things where it really flunks out on, and as much as I enjoy watching it, would recommend it, especially to really like the teenager 20s crowd. Even if they haven't watched any anime before in their life,
Right.
this is a great intro show for maybe that person, who you've been trying to get into anime, but nothing seems to work. It's like the serious shit the really cool serious shit they think is lame. They don't like the other humor stuff that you've showed them. Show them this fucking show,
Right.
and they would probably like it.
Right.
This is one of those that I think is going to be so universal. Because also the superhero thing has really taken off in Japan, and it's been a big thing in the States for years. So
Yeah.
There's no strange overhead, for getting into this series. It's not like there's no robots. There's no, you know, weird, school dynamic or something like that. Actually, that's something that I really like is that he's not in school. That's fucking amazing. I give a special star to any show that's not in high school. This show gets it.
Right.
For that at least. But the two big places that I mentioned before that it really fails in is, as you kind of covered a little bit, the story. It's not there. There's really not a story. I mean, it's the same fucking thing each time. It's hilarious.
Right.
The jokes are great.
Right.
There's lots of really cool characters, and it's continually, the characters are well designed. The bad guys are fun. The fight sequences are cool. It's very, very, very pretty. Very well decorated. Very exciting. There's no story. There's really, at the end of the day, they're funny. I don't give a shit about any of these characters.
Yeah, it's like their the purpose of their characters are so apparent with how they look. That's like the depth. Like their depth is literally like their shirt, or like the first monster is like, I'm the crab guy, and he's just like a walking around crab guy. And like tidy whities, and you're like, okay, well, this is the crab guy. The other guy's like, I'm the robot guy, and he's a fucking robot. And the other guy's like I'm the ape robot, and he's an ape robot. Like, I'm the ninja. I mean, it keeps on going.
Yeah, and I think actually, I think the majority of the character development for Saitama, if not all of his character development, is all in the first episode. All of it.
Yeah.
All the growth, everything, just all the development is right there in the first episode. If you only watch one episode if you just stop at episode 1, you've seen it. You've seen everything. You've seen the whole series.
I wouldn't recommend stopping at episode 1, though.
I mean, I wouldn't either, but in the sense of like that's it. He's not going anywhere. It's like he's just going to get into hijinks.
Yeah.
So, and
I don't know, like, have you read all of the manga, or do you?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Oh, okay. So maybe it continues being that way. Because I can only speak for the first 5 episodes, and things might change, but maybe they.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like, but I've got to knock it down some points. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do exceptionally, but I've got to knock it on a bit. That I love it while I read it, but I don't think about it at all afterwards. You know what I mean? Like I'll be like, oh, that was sweet, or that was really funny. But I'm not concerned about any of these characters.
Right.
I'm not really interested where they're going.
Which
the other point,
fun.
Depending on what your mileage is. But the other thing that I wish it had more of is there's no girls in this show. There's like 2.
I think that's like the first for us, right? Like a show that just doesn't have tons of like big titted anime chicks.
Yeah, what's funny is we did Prison School last time, right? That was our last. Yeah, that was the wrap up of Prison School. So it is very kind of whiplash inducing to go from Prison School to this.
Right.
So I'm almost glad we had over a month between these episodes. Yeah, and this is something that, having read the manga and stuff like that, there's only 2 girl characters that I remember, and neither one of them is. They're just not very interesting, and they're even more pushed to the side than. I mean, really, they just don't do much. I don't think they're not in the first 5. They're not even in the first 5 episodes. So I'm not really gonna spend much time talking about them. But that's something that kind of miffed me because I was like, okay, so
Right.
it is kind of like Dragon Ball. But overall, though, it's really fun. So
Yeah.
I might be a little harsh on the story, but on the other hand, the
But I
jokes
think that's
work.
like the only thing to really be harsh on, right?
Oh yeah, everything else is wonderful.
Like,
So
and even then, it's like I would say it has just as much of a story as like Power Rangers had a story, or as like any of the or like Dragon Ball Z had a story or whatever. Like I feel like
oh
it
yeah,
has the same level of story as any of the like really popular stories, comics, television shows, etc. that it seemed to take influence from. Like
yeah,
none of those really had stories either. They were pretty much like, this is an episode. This is an episode. This is like you concluded, and then like it might show you like the mystery guy for next episode, but like that guy's probably not going to last after that episode.
no,
Like
no. And what I like too is it really distills the entire American superhero market, which is you have all these guys who apparently have different powers, but really they can all be summed up into one, like just one skill, which is they punch shit really hard.
hmm.
So what's funny about this is this show just skips all that, and it's like, no, 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 this guy just this is just what he does.
That's all. That's all he does. Well, but
Because
it's
it's
got
like,
other characters that have other
yeah, and it's got other
abilities.
characters and stuff, but it's like, Superman punches shit really hard. Wonder Woman punches shit really hard. She has a lasso, but who the fuck cares about
Hey man,
that?
Superman shoots fucking lasers too. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the laser eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he.
they really did a lot of those laser eyes in that Man of Steel movie. That they were using that like kamehamehas. That was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
or I guess like Rasengan's would be the more
Oh yeah, yeah, more
the more
the
recent
hit,
cultural reference or whatever
yeah,
pop
yeah.
reference. You don't want to show your age with the Kamehamehas.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, Rasengan's. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the Attack on Titan guy doesn't even have a like an attack.
Oh yeah, well the main guy does punch things really hard, but then there's like,
He he does punch things really hard. Yeah, that is his thing.
but I don't think that he would hold the candle to Saitama or whatever.
Dude, Saitama would fuck up Eren in like 30, like just 2 seconds. Actually, Saitama would he would end the entire he would end Attack on Titan in one episode.
Right.
He would just be like, "All right, let me just take care of all this shit." For him. There you
It's
go.
like
Go live outside.
I one thing that I do like is I feel like it has a similar sort of like scaling as Grand Logon. Like
Mhm.
just things become more and more and more and more ridiculous, which is
Yeah,
like which can be fun. Which can be fun.
that's definitely true. It definitely does that.
Do you want to like
Uh,
crack in the episodes?
yeah, I was actually before we do that, did you want to do like an overall grade first or after?
I mean, I have a again like I have a hard time doing like a like whatever like a number grade thing, but I know that I will watch it, I will recommend it, but I probably won't keep up with it every single week. So whatever number that is out of 10, that's what that is.
You just had to make it complicated.
Yeah, no,
You just had to fuck up my
I'm
thing. You just had to fuck up my
no, you can
thing.
use your numbers, but I just don't because I feel like I just always say 7. Like that's the thing that got me. It's like I would always like use the same number, so I might as well just say what I mean for the number to mean instead
I
of
really,
like.
I want to go back through all the episodes and like listen to see if you say 7 for every single
I think
one.
it's like 7 or it'll be like 6.5. Like I'm really trying to spice it up now.
6 and 3/4.
Exactly. And that's just how I felt. So I just wanted to say, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's
All
not
right.
like
Well, fuck it. I'll give it 8.5.
all
Yeah,
right,
there we go.
boom.
Yeah,
How
bam.
about
All right.
I'll
So
give it 7 and 7 and 3/4, 7.75.
you should do a full Ava and just do 7.77.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
7.77.
Damn. There you
Yeah.
go. Done. So episode 1. So we already talked about Piccolo.
We already
Pink,
talked about
purple
Piccolo. I
Piccolo
thought it
is
was funny how like when he showed up, it was like it said something like justice enforcement or something like
oh
that,
yeah.
which is
It's
just
a
like
con.
it's just like that. It's just so typical. It's like the boom, like they show the character and it has like the Japanese, words and it's like justice
Yeah.
enforcement. It's like, oh my god.
I actually really love how this was the bad guy who did that big speech about how he's like an incarnation of the Earth's, like he's trying to humans are a disease
Right,
and
exactly.
he's like the white blood cell of the Earth who's going to take out. And actually I was like, wow, that's a
I
really
know
cool.
like they actually that's an ongoing thing where like the bad guys are sort of like weird social commentary bad
Yeah.
guys. Like wasn't there like a group of people that were talking about being against like the corporations and
Yeah, in
stuff,
episode
and I was
4.
like, what is
Yeah.
this, like Occupy Wall Street throwback? Like what's going on,
Yeah. What's funny about that is I mean, this is skipping ahead a
I
little
know.
bit, but the head of that group, I think the Paradisers is what
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
called.
yeah.
Did you catch the guy's name?
No, what was it?
He's Hammerhead, which the animation shorts we were watching, remember the superhero
Oh
short?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I forgot about that from the manga. I was like, it's Hammerhead, it's fucking Hammerhead. It's like this is like his origin story, even though we saw it. But yeah, and I like that they were attacking skyscrapers because skyscrapers were a sign of inequality.
Right, yeah. I mean, but that's sort of like
Yeah,
there does seem to be like lots of sort of it seems like a freaking web comic, and
yeah, it
it
does.
seems
Yeah,
like there's like little like relative or relevant social commentary quips in this like completely fun joke thing that just seems to be
yeah.
put together randomly. So it's not like
Mhm.
what was I think like in Air Gear or something like that. They like randomly had a thing with Obama. And it's just sort of
Yeah,
like
that
I
was
wouldn't
Obama.
be surprised if randomly Obama shows up in One Piece. It's just like
Thanks, Obama.
right,
Thanks.
exactly.
Yeah, funny. I forgot the author when you mentioned Tenjo Tenge, but it's Oh Great. That's the pen name. He did Erger
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, I forgot the name before, and it was really bugging me, and I was like, I can't forget this fucking guy's name.
So
Um,
this is something, and let me know if you notice this too. But I feel like the animation, the quote unquote quality, like alters a lot throughout this anime, or and like the theme stuff too. Like, does that
well, you mean for like the joke scenes and
well,
stuff? Because
like there's
it
like
gets
the
pretty
joke scenes, but then like different sort of types of like fights will like have different like
yeah, I do think that the animators working on it, I think each of their styles really shines through. Like when he fights the dude who gets like amped up on steroids,
right.
uh, the style really changes for that fight.
But like I remember one too where like they'll do the flashing around fight stuff like in Dragon Ball Z, but then they'll
Mhm.
also do like the real I almost want to say like physics sort of fight like if someone like gets knocked back and then they're like sliding and they're running but they're not quite gripping on their feet and then you sort of like see them like gain momentum and take off like that sort of like moving sort of sliding fight style. Then there's like the
Yeah,
not sliding fight style, if that makes sense. And there's also like the flashing around teleporting. It's all
that's true. Yeah, they do mix it up.
like a lot. Like it's just
Yeah,
which I think shows all these different sort of influences that they have. So it's like
yeah, I think that's a great catch. Yeah, they really, yeah, you definitely can really see the different series that they're inspired by.
yeah, and it happens like all this. And then also like during the comedy scenes or whatever, there's like times where it's just like almost intentionally looks bad. And then there's
Oh
sometimes where
yeah,
it just and then it goes like really, really good. Like
yeah. Actually, that happens in the first when he fights Piccolo.
yeah,
It gets really bad for a second. He's killed him in one punch, and he's like, ah, fuck.
right.
Yeah, that was really funny, and I love his facial expression when he punches. Like especially the first bad guy, it goes for a while. He has that expression, a lot. But I love that like blank,
Right.
unexcited. He's just like, yeah,
Here we go again.
So this episode is really split up into 3 sections. You've got the intro thing with Piccolo,
Right.
and
There's the flashback origin story, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or actually, what the fuck am I saying? You could almost split this one up into four sections. It almost, yeah, it might have been four chapters too, because you've got the crab dude, the giant, and the subterraneans. But the crab guy, I really like the crab guy. I thought that was pretty funny. That was also a great way of telling his entire origin story in a way that was really memorable
Yeah.
and not time consuming. Also, that fucking kid with the butt cheek
Dude, I
or
totally like
butt,
you said butt cheek.
like,
I think that is like testicles.
yeah, they look like
Like
balls. Yeah.
he literally just had like two big old balls on his chin. And I was just like, what?
I just love how he's like, how can I rescue such an ugly kid?
And then the
He's
kid's
like, this
just
kid's not
like
cute at all.
just like, yeah, I totally like drew nipples on him with permanent mark.
And the kid's a dick too. He's like, what? He threw the ball at him or something like that, or whatever. He
Right.
was just like, he just did not give a shit at all.
Yeah.
And the crab guy was funny, and of course, how he died was great.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
God, that was
That
fucking
is
hilarious.
gruesome, really. Like
Oh yeah, horrifying. Actually, really horrifying. Yeah,
um which is like you're not like the eye ripping out
yeah,
like
yeah.
thing through yeah, that's
Just pulls all of them out.
I like how I said in quote in the age of declining birth rates, I can't let you kill a kid.
Yeah.
And like that's the sort of like comedy, but also like social commentary that we were talking about before. You know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. I think it rides that line well because nothing is too much. You know, it really keeps it very. It keeps it light while also making you. I don't know, making you think about it, but it definitely. Actually, I think the social commentary makes it feel grounded because when it's so crazy, the little quips about current events and stuff like that really makes the series feel okay, this is our world or something like that,
Right.
like this is
Right.
so it kind of puts an anchor on this otherwise totally ape shit fucking
When I
crazy
watched
story.
this, I mean, you read the manga. I really didn't think that this guy was the One Punch Man.
Yeah, I don't I actually
Like I was like, when's the One Punch guy gonna show up?
yeah.
And then he said, like, just in a single line, is like, and I trained so hard I went bald. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, and I love that scene where he's in the supermarket and the people evacuate and he's counting his change and the building gets like
Yeah, yeah.
destroyed. That could be one of my favorite scenes this year. I thought that was really well done because it was so perfect and it was so well shot and you knew exactly what was going on and you didn't have to see the monster or anything like that. You know what I mean? It was just like a great
I mean, like the fact that everyone
thing.
was responding to it too, and he was just like trying to find that change. And I was like, damn
Yeah.
it, she's gone.
It's
Meanwhile,
like
the city block is taken out by a footstep.
yeah. Yeah, and this guy, the giant, was funny. The
God, that
giant.
was so funny when the guy was like, "Oh, there's a guy here. Get the guy on your shoulder."
Yeah, and he
And he
smashes his
just
brother.
slaps and he like crushes his brother and then stares at him, just like, "No."
He's my brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was great. That was really fun. And then he wipes out the other half of the city because he punched the guy down.
right. It's ridiculous.
That was good. The truck or car dude was throwaway, but he was pretty funny.
Oh,
But the standout moment of the episode was definitely the subterranean dream sequence.
right.
God, that scene too. You felt those animators just going nuts. They just went fucking nuts with the scene.
It was so like well animated. I also just think that it was a pleasurable dream of him fighting a monster that actually was tough,
Yeah,
and then he woke up, and then they were just like ridiculously weak.
I liked how he just kicked him, and they had the like white flag.
Right.
It was like, "We're sorry."
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, we apologize. But that dream sequence
It was awesome.
that was unreal. And what I love too is no one gives a shit about the body count. You know, like especially in that dream sequence where they're like, most 70% of humanity is gone. He's just like, don't care.
Yeah.
He's like, this is gonna be sweet.
Right. Totally fine.
And then he fucks up his alarm clock.
Yeah, what he said, just smashes it. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never punched an alarm clock. I have broken one. I did murder a few by throwing them.
Oh.
I, I had a bad habit with that for a while, where I would just grab it and just throw it across the room. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, don't know if that's like a Freudian thing or something
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
know. It probably means that you want to have sex with your sister. I'm
Yeah.
guessing. But anyway, on to episode 2.
So on to episode 2.
For some reason in my notes, I thought that it was important to note that he's watering a cactus on his porch.
Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, that was really funny.
I don't know why I thought that was funny, but I thought that was really funny. And apparently, you're not really supposed to like water cactuses that much. I don't know.
No, you're only supposed to water them like once a month or something like
Yeah.
that. Something like that. So this episode is one of those anime episodes that made me feel all tingly and weird.
Uh.
Mosquito Girl.
Oh.
Yeah. Strangely hot. Strangely hot.
Strangely hot. Oh
Yeah, and
yeah.
this happened to me in the manga too, where I was like, she's kind of hot.
Yeah. She did that
She
whole
is.
like lip licking thing
She
or
did.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
And I was like, yeah, yeah.
before that
I
happened,
guess.
I thought that the mosquito when the mosquito was bothering him
Oh yeah.
and he's all like flashing around. And then they had like a city announcement that said the threat level was demon. Like it's a normal thing. It's like code red. It's like code
Yeah.
demon. Like
You know that shit's bad when it's code demon. Like
exactly.
that's just like she's mummifying people just from the mosquitoes. Yeah, actually, creepy bad guy. Creepy bad guy. That's actually being devoured or being like drained by a horde of mosquitoes. Not really a fear that I had before this.
Now you do.
Now I do. Now I'm like, well, what if they suddenly decide to team up and
Right.
like
And attack
I mean
a
like
single person.
yeah, I was like one on one. I could probably take. I mean, I have killed mosquitoes before. Even like 6-on-1, I could probably take 6 mosquitoes at once. But that many? Fuck,
Yeah.
I'd be screwed. Totally screwed. Yeah.
That there was a specific line that she said, which was like, "Empty all your stored juices into me."
Oh yeah.
I was like, I've definitely seen that in some porn before.
Yeah.
Like that, like without a doubt, that is
Without a
like,
doubt, I've read that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've read that like in that same angle, and it might have been like a weird demon lady or whatever. I don't know, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Definitely. So now I like am both afraid and attracted to mosquitoes. I guess I don't know.
yeah.
I think I'm actually gonna blame this on Kerrigan. I'm actually gonna blame it on
Oh,
Kerrigan.
oh, Legacy of the Void, good game, good life.
Well, not just that, but like when I was a kid and when I played Brood War, I was like, she's kind of still hot,
Right,
and that thought kind of broke me inside,
right.
where I was like, okay,
Like, but what does this
sure,
mean? What is this life?
what does that mean?
Right.
Just like what does that mean? So that was I really like Genos. Is that how you pronounce it, Genos?
I think so. Yeah, both.
He's a great foil to Saitama, and he's just a lot of fun. Also, he looks fucking badass. I mean, he looks like the main character of another series who just ended up
Right.
in One Punch Man. It was like who would be number one if it wasn't for
And it's great, like how, like, yeah. I mean, we were sort of like ragging on the characters, but there is some real great sort of interactions.
oh yeah, I mean the interplay between the
Yes,
characters
yes,
is
yes.
a lot of fun. Yeah.
Maybe not like the greatest plot points, but the interplay is great. And like,
Oh yeah.
so the chick gets like super powered on all of the blood or whatever and starts kicking the shit out of Genos, and then to the point where he's about to self-destruct.
Oh yeah.
And then and then Saitama just like slaps her on the face and just explodes her.
Yeah. And he's butt ass naked. He's butt ass naked, and he
Oh,
just slaps the shit out of her, and she explodes all over a building. That was great.
yeah.
And I like that the scientist footage that they get is him going in to slap her, and he still has that same face though, where he's just like, "Oh, hey, yeah." The scientists are like, "Oh, yeah, this is an interesting,
Exactly.
Let's send our next batch." And they were all clones, right? Like all the scientists, they were all clones of each other, right?
Yeah.
I'm remembering that
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny too. I really like that because it's like, why would you get minions if you could just clone yourself?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, fuck.
It
Yeah,
was pretty
but
cool. It
anyway,
was pretty cool.
yeah,
Um,
that was pretty.
and then what was that part when he was like, it's just so funny. It's just so funny when Genos was like, he was like, "Do you want to know my story?" And the guy's like, "No."
No, yeah, he's like, I really
And
don't
then
care.
Genos
Like,
just goes and tells him his story, and he's like pauses for a second, and the guy's like, "Did you listen to what I just said?" And they just like keeps going.
he ignores him, and he gets angry at him that his origin story is too long.
Right, right. He says you need to summarize it in 20 words or less.
Yeah,
And then
uh,
which was just great. Which is,
that was a great scene.
like and
Um,
that that plays on the whole like the bad guy going on the super long monologues about the whatever and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a great joke just on superhero comics in general because like their origin stories can be really complicated. It's like Wolverine doesn't have any memory of how he was made. He has to go back and find
And
out.
like
And
to like discover and slowly
yeah, and
unravel
there's
and
like fucking hundreds of comics about old,
but yeah, like
like Wolverine.
Genos is like a freaking Battle Angel Alita, like
He is like Battle Angel Alita.
yeah,
I didn't think about
yeah,
that. Yeah, he's totally Alita. He's just boy Lita.
yeah, Boy That's his name now. It's Boy
Boy Lita. Yeah, there we go.
Um,
So then the furries attack.
right, the furries attack. And
That was funny.
yeah, that was funny. Like he was like stuck in the ground and just like was like, "Oh, this is so nice," and just like walked out.
Yeah, the mole,
Yeah, the
his
mall.
face.
And then he like what was it like a lion dude?
Yeah, the lion guy, and there was a mantis, and I think that was it.
And
But
then
I
there's the
like the
cyborg ape
girl.
that
Yeah, the gorilla.
Genos.
I really like that the gorilla gave up.
Yes.
I thought that was like the most realistic defeated bad guy I may have ever seen.
And what was it like the scene when like the mole was digging away and then Saitama's face just shows up in the dirt.
Yeah.
He's like, "Found you." Like that's terrifying.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, and that mole like thought he had it too. He was it's like surely.
Like I'm gone. It's like no, you're not.
Like you're definitely not. You're
Yeah.
definitely.
Um.
So that's and then they decide to go after the scientist.
Exactly. Which would lead us into episode 3, and
Three
I
three.
really like how the ape was doing the really really long story at the very beginning, and they did like the 20 words or less throwback. It's like, listen, just get to the point. Just tell me everything you tell me in
Yeah,
20
he's like,
minutes
just
or less.
fucking tell me what the
Right.
what's the story? Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And the clones get very angry.
Oh God, what
Uh,
was it like? And they said like, they want to study you or something like that. And he's like, he's like, I'm not interested in dudes. Like
yeah, that's right.
it's like I think you misunderstood, Master. It's like
And I love Genos gets his afro in this episode,
oh
which is
yeah,
fun.
yeah, that was an awkward moment.
Yeah, which I like because like his hair is like really well done. Very
Right.
carefully. Just puffs up. Just
The
uh,
big bad guy seemed kind of racist though. It seemed kind of like they were sort of like mockery on black people stereotypes or whatever. Just like
yeah. So like, if the show had more black people, I don't think it would be so bad. But when there's really not any, and
and then suddenly it's like
then suddenly this
a
guy
huge
is like,
muscular, black guy with tribal paint all about or whatever. Like,
who makes the steroid guy from episode 1 look like, you know.
yeah,
Actually, I did like that he kind of turned into like a really demonic looking Ava Unit One
that's true.
at the
That's
end. That was
true.
kind of fun.
He
Yeah,
did transform, and I was like, okay, well, this is less offensive.
yeah, that's slightly less offensive.
But
Yeah,
and they just sort of, but it's like I feel like Japan's actually like kind of
Pretty
pretty
racist.
racist.
Yeah.
I remember when I was there in Japan and there was like it had a whole bunch of people around like a black like shadowy person, and it's let's just
Mm.
start saying like report someone who's suspicious on the train. But like there but there were no but like there's pretty much every ethnicity except for like a black person like on the
Oops.
outside, and then like the shadow is just like Japan, you're a little racist.
Yeah, it's like that. That's just nah. It's just not cool, Japan. It's just not cool. Not
I
cool.
mean, it's like they could totally be worse too. It's whatever. Like,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah. They
it's just
totally
sort of
could.
like,
Yeah,
I see what you're doing there. You
yeah.
just called me round eyes, but fair enough.
Basically, yeah.
Um,
So we get some good reaction faces in this episode, and I really love the punchline at the end where it's discount day
oh
at the
right,
super.
right. When the
And
guy is
he's like,
like, "I will rampage for an entire week, so I will be rampage till next Saturday," and he's like, "Wait, Saturday? A week? That means today's Saturday. That means no."
discount, and I
Exactly.
liked it too because how everybody was like, "Oh shit, he's getting beat back." And also, by the way, that's a great fucking fight in the like red outline room and stuff like that. Like that just really it's really pretty.
Yeah.
The colors are great, and it's like Genos and the scientists. They're like, "Oh shit, yeah, he's really like we're getting him."
Right. Nope.
And it's like, no, it's discount day.
Nah.
Fuck you guys.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And oh, when they were the big secret of his strength, because when he was doing his like 100 push-ups, 100 squats, crunches, it's like no matter what. And there's even like eat 3 meals, but for breakfast you can just have a banana if you need to, and make sure you save money. It toughens your mind. Don't pay for like this other stuff.
Yeah, it's like the most normal shit.
Exactly. Like, I remember thinking that I was like, that's really not even that much, and then everyone's like. That's not even like a really highly intensive workout. Like
No,
they all
no, it's
totally
not.
called him
No.
out on it.
It's like it's there's nothing intense about that.
Right.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah. Overall, though, I didn't think this one was as interesting as the next one. Three. I don't know. Three. Four. I really enjoyed with the because you mentioned the Paradisers at the beginning
Oh,
and stuff like
right,
that.
right. Well,
So you got Hammerhead and all that.
yeah.
Sorry, I did skip ahead.
There's like, I mean, it's sort of like it's a complete. Like I just have like the note, but like, do you remember when he completely blew up the entire tower? Like when Genos blew up the entire tower,
Oh
and
yeah.
and like it was just like boom. It was like oh shit, and then there's like this like bolted down metal door, and then like it's like really thick metal, and and Saitama just like grabbed it and just peeled it off, and you just heard it's like it all, but and he was doing it with like one hand. You could see that there was like some resistance, but it really wasn't much.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, but yeah, onto episode 4.
Quattro. So I think the Hammerhead dude at the beginning is by far the most Akira Toriyama Dragon Ball bad guy yet in the show. He even makes Piccolo at the beginning
Right.
not look Dragon Ball enough. This dude is I he looks like at first I was gonna say he looks like Nappa, but actually he kind of reminds me of like the bulky Majin guys that Gohan fought at the like tournament later in the series. That might be going a little too deep, but yeah. So anyway, I enjoyed him
Okay. Yeah.
because he was really he was funny. And then the biker hero, that was cool. He didn't last very long though. That was a
Yeah,
fairly
that was pretty funny. And then
and
they like randomly knocked down the wrong building.
yeah.
It's like, oh shit, wrong one. 2 blocks that way,
Yeah,
and they're like, now we'll get our justice.
yeah, like equality. Yeah, so licenseless writer. That was the. But Sonic, the ninja guy, he's around a lot, and he kind of becomes like a Kenny character, where he's always trying. I mean, in the sense that the same thing happens to him all the time, which he's always trying to defeat Saitama constantly,
I,
and Saitama always.
I feel like that's a going trend for a lot of
Yeah,
characters.
for all the characters, but especially this poor chap. Like I actually feel pretty bad for this guy
Yeah.
because he tries really hard, and he gets like fucking insane crazy face when he's fighting people.
He looks
Uh,
super feminine. I'm just gonna throw that one out there.
yeah, he does look like. I actually thought he was a girl
Yeah.
in the manga. When I first started reading it, I was like, oh, it's a dude. Okay.
Right. They need to keep the theme.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. At first, I was like, hey, it's a girl, but
Did you
no.
think it was really funny when Sonic was fighting all of the goons, how their heads would just pop off?
Yeah, I love that there was no blood until the very end, and there was like kind of a spurt, but they all looked very surprised, and it was
It
hilarious.
was really like Ken Dolly, in my opinion. Like just popping off like dolls' heads.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no way they could have done that in like full awesome glory because of censorship and stuff. So I'm glad that they just took like
Honestly, with
just
all like the
black.
intestines and stuff like that and some of the stuff, like I'm surprised that it like wasn't censored.
It is kind of amazing that I guess
Like
because
there's some
it's
parts that are like really graphic. Like Terraformers
yeah.
sort of level graphic. Like
Do you think it's because they're monsters that they don't really care as much, or
no, because in Terraformers they were monster. I mean they were like yeah,
yeah? But Terraformers had a lot of censorship, didn't
right, exactly.
it? Yeah.
Like and they had monsters. So this also has monsters, but isn't as censored.
Oh yeah, but what I mean is like in Terraformers, there's a lot of like people getting eaten and like ripped apart and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
this,
yeah. That's
it's
true.
mainly just
That's
monsters.
true.
Because like the monsters in Terraformers never get beat up; they just
No, no,
fucking.
no. They did get beat up, and there's some censorship on that as well. But maybe there's something like that. I don't know, like how you can show boobs but no penises or whatever.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Like only chests, no genital, no downstairs genitals. It's like
Yeah.
whatever, Japan, you're racist.
Or in terms of prison school, just like very well placed
Like
beams of light. Yeah.
exactly. Prison School and TRX also had a lot of
That's right. Yeah. And very, very well placed steam and
exactly.
mist. Yeah, that's always handy. So I liked how Saitama makes a really deep connection with this guy because he fights the same way he did when he was a little kid, just like
Right.
waving his arms around. And and I also like because he destroys all of his clothes, and the ninja dude thinks that it's him, just in like because they're both bald.
Exactly. Yeah, that was awesome. And then
That
like
was
when they
great.
were attacking and the guy like put up his fist and then like the nut there was like the impact nut punch and then the ripple.
that that was fucking hilarious. That was really really
Oh
funny.
my god.
And I like how he like did a nice landing and all that, and then he was like, "Oh,"
Right.
it's like he still did the correct landing, and they cut to
The I'm a ninja. But
yeah. But I think that's definitely the most well animated nut punch
they
ever.
had like a ripple shockwave.
There's a ripple effect.
And then the
It's-
guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It was like the momentum carried it."
yeah. God, that was great. I could watch that scene over like yeah,
Yeah.
that GIF. That I think I've seen that GIF. I think I have it. I might, but that's one that gets put on repeat. So so it's good, and then we get into the Hero Association. I think that's what it's called.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
That was episode 5, right?
it ends here because he decides that he wants to like
Oh
become
right.
more because none of the other heroes know him.
Exactly. No one knows my name. I think
No,
it's so funny that like the sort of side characters like super respect him and recognize how strong he is, but like everyone, no one else like notices or cares. You know,
yeah, yeah,
like uh, in episode 5, Genos like passed this test and got upgraded to ranks. S, V, and T. Did all this other stuff or whatever. They're like, oh my god, you're amazing. Oh my god, you're amazing. but like he completely like idolizes Saitama, and and then the like when they're doing the test or whatever, there's like one of you only got here in a fluke, and then it was just Saitama. It's just really, really, really funny.
Yeah, he doesn't get any of the respect that he actually wants. That's like,
Exactly.
maybe that'll be the true arc of the series is that he'll finally get the recognition, he deserves when everybody else is dead and he's killed all the monsters.
Maybe one day. But
That's
dude,
like the ultimate end.
the testing thing was so funny.
Oh yeah. Fucking
Like that.
the bubble gum.
Oh no. Well, before that, like when he was like doing the runs and the jumps
Oh yeah, yeah.
and like the
He,
the
he was taking it so fucking seriously, which is great because like he's like this. He's taking seriously.
right.
This he's really taking like he's still got a C or something like that.
Yeah, we gotta see. Like he sprinted past a guy and then like he sprinted past him again, and they're like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "What?" He did like a jump, and then he like went into the ceiling and was just dangling from his head.
That's
What
right.
was another one? He punched the punching bag through like two walls. He destroyed the whack-a-mole machine. Like, it was just completely insane. It was so funny. And everyone's just watching, like, what the fuck?
They should do another one of those jump fighting games where you can play as all these characters fighting each other. And if you play as Saitama, you should just be able to like fucking nuke everybody in one hit. I think that'd be hilarious. But it takes a lot to unlock him. But he just takes everybody out. So you're fighting Goku and shit, and you're just in Kenshiro, and you're just knocking these fuckers out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Um, I kind of wish, that, like, it lasted longer, the whole, like testing area or whatever for qualifications.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised it wasn't the whole episode because that actually was interesting. I mean, it wasn't just like the monster stuff. I mean, the monster stuff is obviously the heart of the show, but
Yeah.
I like the testing stuff because also too, like he was taking it seriously.
Right. Well,
So you
it's
kind of got
kind of.
swept.
I mean, he still had, like,
Yeah,
the plain
still
face.
him. Yeah, but like he really wanted to do well, and so that was a different kind of mood for him.
Apparently not unwritten, though. So
No.
yeah, he aced his freaking the physical part, but sucked at the written.
He has terrible grammar. That's got to be like his
Probably,
big.
probably.
Yeah. And then the animators go fucking nuts with the Genos versus Saitama
God,
training
that was
fight.
so good. It was so good.
That was just like 10 minutes of cartoon porn.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And like and it was so funny how the guy was just like, I really want you to take this seriously. I really want you to take this seriously. I really want you to take this seriously. And then like he finally like got him to throw like one punch, and the sound wave blew apart a mountain.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I hope you understand that if you actually took this seriously, you would fucking die.
You would be dead. You would just be bits and pieces all over the
Exactly. Like
place.
like there isn't like a.
There's no fucking middle ground with this guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy.
And I really like doing like when he would, and they did this in the previous one too when he was fighting the ninja. But I love when they'll do like a really dramatic or what would have been a really dramatic scene with him like moving really quick or like catching somebody in midair, and he's got that goofy ass face.
It's true.
So I love it. So like it'll
Like
get
when he
like
did the slap or whatever, it's just
yeah. He'll like do a really intense action thing and that fucking face.
yeah.
He's just like, yep.
Does not care.
Yeah, it's
That was like a
no.
really good fight scene though.
God, that was really good.
And then what he did a challenge on eating ramen or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
So he was like, okay, it's 1-1 now. We're good.
Yeah, it's like I won this one at least.
Right. Oh, that's what Saitama said. He was like, I won one competition. You've won one competition. Like, it's fine.
Yep. And I loved this one ended with this one ended with Jonas plopping down the stack of cash.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Here's my rent, and he's like, "Great, did you bring a toothbrush?" It's like, "You're good, you can stay."
Right. It was like, no. It's like, can I stay here? No. Here's my rent. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
And he also had like his backpack was also huge.
Yeah, it was really big.
It's like, and here, like when they were walking away, it sort of had that like sad music. Like I was like, oh no, is this like is he no longer allowed to associate with the C class guy because the other like the number one A class guy talked to him or whatever?
Yeah,
You know, but that wasn't it at all. He just went to go get his things.
yeah. Oh God, that fight scene though. The Genos fight, and then the one against the dream one with the subterranean people. Those I think those are my two favorites.
I have a feeling that there's going to be. I mean, just well, they're all so good. It's really a really good anime.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a fabulous series.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so well done. I mean, it's funny. It's just fun to fucking watch. I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of joy in it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But I still gonna stand by. I am still gonna stand by. Not I. Whatever. Fucking grammar.
Yeah, dude, you're English good. It's fine.
Yeah, English good. I still stand by it too. I wish I just cared a little bit more when they would fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it's hilarious. That's great, but it is you know, and that's something that they could easily add in later. I mean, I think there's a couple of points in the manga where I was like, "Whoa, this is so fucking crazy! It's really gotten super just super out there." But I still wasn't worried that he was gonna, you know.
Well, I mean, like, you're not gonna be worried that the main kid's gonna die.
No,
it's impossible. Like, that's not the story.
No,
the story isn't about him having hard fights and getting stronger.
No, it's not. That's Genesis' story.
Right.
That's his thing.
Right. It's like how it's almost like he's the sidekick that's just really good at, doing the finisher move.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a good point. Genos really would be the main character if it was like a regular Jump series.
Yeah.
But
he looks like it too. Like, I like how, I mean, just like when they introduced him, how it was all, like, you are, like how he had all this crazy in-depth backstory and all this other stuff. And it's just like, yeah. So it's like, it's almost like the author, like, sort of did the work in a way, but it's like, well, let's just focus on the fight scenes.
Yeah. Genos, actually, looking at him, too, he's really just like Hollow Ichigo, right? Just like Mecha Hollow Ichigo.
Yeah.
It's kind of what he looks like. Yeah, he really is like the regular Jump main character.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a comedy, bitch.
It is, yeah. It's not like that.
Doesn't care about your Jump stuff.
Saitama doesn't give a shit about your Jump shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that's pretty much it.
There you go, 5 episodes.
So, are you going to continue watching the anime?
Yeah, I'll finish it, for sure.
Yeah. Are you going to watch it every week?
I'll probably actually wait till it's all done.
Okay.
And just kind of go through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, some ways for a spot. I'll, watch it eventually, I'm sure.
But I am definitely trying to prepare myself for the inundation of Saitama cosplay and just how this is going to be all over Toonami in like a year.
Right,
something like that.
Right, and we can old man hipster that shit too.
Oh yeah, we can totally old man hipster this. I remember when this shit was just a webcomic.
Right.
Me and the 7.1 million people who went to the site.
Exactly.
So yeah, but it's a fun show, and I think it'd be cool too if this show also gets a lot of people who wouldn't have watched anime. You know what I mean? Because it's both cool and funny.
Right.
and not like that. It's very straightforward humor, so it's easy to get. It's not based on a lot of puns or anything like that. So
Right.
yeah. So I mean, I really hope it does super well, and I hope they do another season because 12 episodes. I mean, there's a fair bit of manga out.
It's hard for
So
me to think that they want to do another season when it's. I mean, I've just heard that like of the anime. It's pretty much the only name that I've like heard is like One Punch
yeah,
Man. Everyone's like, "Fuck yeah, One Punch Man," you know.
yeah. It's been a definitely a huge hit. So I'm hoping Space Dandy was split into two cores. So I'm kind of hoping that same thing gets done with this because I don't know if I could see it going much past 26 because there's not that many chapters. There's only like 9 books. Well, yeah, but it would be nice to see a full 26 episode thing of this.
Right.
So I think they will. I mean, it's been, as far as I know, it's been selling and doing really well. And it just, the animators they've got, I mean, this shit's going to play forever,
Yeah, it's such high quality.
I mean, it's so good. So good. And I think there's going to be, so there's 12 episodes, and there's going to be 6 OVA episodes, I think included on the Blu-rays. One might be bundled with a future manga volume. So, but I do know that there's going to be 6 direct-to-video things. I don't know if they'll be full episodes or like most of the episodes are kind of 1 or 2 stories, or 2 or 3 stories each. So it'll probably be maybe a quarter episode or something, maybe. But there's gonna be 6 bonus episodes.
Right. That's cool.
So that'll be cool. That'll be fun. And there's still, speaking of Space Dandy, there's still, rumors that they're gonna do a movie or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, I never got into it, so.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it'll for real happen, but there's stirrings.
Right.
I would source that and be like, this is where I read it, but fuck that. I read it somewhere. Like 3 weeks ago. I was like, oh, Space Dandy, maybe. Okay.
All right.
That was my thought. So there we go. We're back, everybody. Thanks for listening. And also, just if you've just found the show and this was your first episode, or maybe this episode and future ones are already out when you started listening. If that's the case, well, fuck you. You're fucking new. God, new. That's just bullshit. But for the people who stuck around, especially who stuck through us with the break that we had, I just want to take a minute and, thank you guys, or gals, or, aliens, or whoever you want to be. Thanks for sticking with us. And, yeah, I really appreciate it.
Is that your, like this is a shout out to my homies?
Yeah, I guess so. Because, it's been a month and a half.
It has been a little while.
It has been a little while, and the internet's
it's a big world.
It's a big world. There's so much porn to look at every day. If you slice out a little time for two-dimensional champions, it's appreciated, and especially if you came back after we've been gone for so long. So, it's pretty cool. So, thanks for listening. And if you are new, don't actually. I take all that back. Please listen to us all the time.
Weird stuff and things.
Yeah, we love you too. Just you'll be OGs too in 20 episodes when we take another 2-month break, and I have to say the same thing then. Yeah. So just get to that point, and you'll be just as cool as these guys.
Yes.
Except they'll be cooler than you because they've been listening to 40 episodes. Yeah, it's just never. No, fuck it. You guys
give up. Whole,
yeah.
You're taking the whole. It's fine. It's good to be back. You guys are awesome.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
Thanks for listening to the episode.
Thanks for listening, and we should have Gundam out this week too.
In theory.
So, in theory. But stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you all later.
Yeah. Awesome. Ciao.
That's it.
All right.
That's all you have to say? All you're going to say for the outro? After my awesome speech that I just gave?
XOXO. Love you lots. Long time. Notice me, senpai. Boom.
There you go. All right. Later.
Take care.